Have you ever wondered why so many people over 70 decide not to remarry, even when they feel the sting of loneliness? Is it really about losing interest in romance, or is something deeper going on? Something that only decades of living, loving, and learning can reveal? You might be surprised to hear that senior life counselors say the choice not to remarry after 70 often has far more to do with protecting peace, independence, and emotional well-being than avoiding love. In today's video, we're going to uncover 5 eye-opening reasons why older adults think twice before walking down the aisle again, and the powerful alternatives that bring joy without the complications of another marriage. Now, let's begin. Reason 1. Your emotional rhythm becomes sacred. When we're young, blending lives feels easier, you're flexible, you adapt, you learn to share space without thinking twice. But after 70, your emotional rhythm becomes almost like a sanctuary, familiar, calming, and predictable in the best possible way. You've spent years finding what gives you peace. Your morning rituals, your preferred meals, your quiet afternoons, your bedtime routines. Now imagine suddenly sharing all of that again with a new partner who has their own well-established habits. At first, it may feel warm and comforting, but as time passes, those differences can rub against each other. Maybe they talk too much when you enjoy silence. Maybe they enjoy late-night TV while you prefer early mornings. Maybe they expect daily closeness while you're used to slower, gentler companionship. Senior relationship experts say emotional friction is more common with age because both people come with a lifetime of habits, memories, comforts, and boundaries. And when those collide, even small disagreements can drain your energy in ways they didn't before. It's not about rejecting love. It's about protecting the emotional balance that keeps you grounded. If you're finding this message comforting or eye-opening so far, feel free to support the channel by subscribing. It helps more people discover the wisdom they need at this stage of life. Reason 2. Financial simplicity matters more than ever. Let's be honest, finances become a sensitive topic later in life. You may have savings, pensions, a home, long-term plans for your children or grandchildren. Remarriage can complicate all of that. Experts warn that many seniors unknowingly create legal or financial tension when they remarry, especially when adult children are involved. Without clear agreements, assets can shift in ways you never intended. Even simple things like splitting expenses or managing medical costs can become stressful. And stress in your 70s doesn't feel the way it did in your 40s. It weighs heavier, it lingers longer, it affects your health. Sometimes staying financially independent offers more peace than tying everything together again. Reason 3. The past still lives in the heart. By the time you reach 70, you've lived through a lifetime of love. Love that shaped you, lifted you, and sometimes broke you. You may have lost a spouse. You may still feel the shadow of old grief. You may have memories too precious to replace. A new marriage means blending not only your present, but your history. Counselors call this emotional layering. 2 people, each carrying decades of experiences, hopes, regrets, and attachments, trying to build a single path forward. For many, it becomes overwhelming, not because they lack love, but because their heart already carries enough. The past doesn't disappear with age. If anything, it becomes more present, more tender, more meaningful. And some people simply don't want to risk reopening emotional wounds for the sake of starting over. Reason 4. Health and caregiving realities. Shift the picture. Health becomes unpredictable after 70. Even if you feel strong today, things can change quickly. Remarrying means not only committing to companionship, but to illness, doctor visits, caregiving responsibilities, and medical decisions on both sides. Many older couples who remarry face unexpected strain, fatigue, guilt, worry, or disagreements with adult children about care plans. And caregiving in later life? It can be one of the most emotionally intense experiences a person goes through. Some seniors simply don't want to put that burden on someone new, and they don't want someone else burdened with them either. Compassion doesn't disappear with age, but the willingness to face medical hardship with a new spouse often does. Reason 5. The freedom you've earned feels irreplaceable. After 70, life shifts in a beautiful way. You've worked, sacrificed, raised a family, carried stress, and pushed through seasons of difficulty. Now, you've finally earned freedom. Freedom to wake up when you want, eat what you enjoy, spend your days peacefully, travel if you're able, nap without explaining yourself, live quietly, gently, and without anyone else's expectations. Remarriage, even with the best partner, inevitably asks you to compromise again. What to cook, where to live, which family to visit, how to spend money, how to spend time. For many people over 70, those small compromises feel huge because freedom, peace, independence, these things become priceless, and they're worth protecting. So, what's the alternative to remarriage? Choosing not to remarry doesn't mean choosing loneliness. There are beautiful, fulfilling paths that bring companionship without the pressure of a new marriage, deep friendships that offer warmth without obligation, senior clubs or community groups where laughter comes easily, volunteering or mentoring to give your wisdom purpose, a loyal pet offering comfort, routine, and unconditional affection, self-connection through prayer, journaling, meditation, or nature. Love after 70 doesn't have to be formal. It just needs to be peaceful. Final thoughts. Remarriage after 70 isn't wrong, but it's not always the path to happiness that people imagine. What matters most at this stage of life is protecting the peace you've earned, honoring the wisdom you've gained, and choosing relationships that make your heart feel safe. If this message spoke to you, feel free to share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. Your words might comfort someone else who needs to hear them today. And thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of your heart, your joy, and your freedom. Until next time, be gentle with yourself.